Hello everyone, it's Monika here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you faux vellum techniques. I'm going to show you actually two. First is going to be the one where you stamp on a very thin printed paper. So that's the one. I hope you've seen this video tutorial for the step-by-step card. If not, then I'm going to add it to the end of this video. And then I'm going to show you how to create a vellum sheets from thin papers, single-sided papers using different products. So I hope it's not going to be long. First of all, let me show you how to create that stamp. So I've got my stamping mat. You can use it without stamping mat, and I've got just a thin printed paper, white. I'm going to put it on my stamping platform. I'm using VersaFine Clear for this tutorial. So I'm going to ink it and then stamp that image. And then I will use alcohol markers to color it a little bit before using the other steps. So this one is done. I really like this rustic look, and this is from that Creative Stamping Magazine issue 133. This stamp is the free gift. So let me show you the magazine. So that's the magazine with my card on the front cover, the one I recreated from in the previous video tutorial. And then these are the stamps, and that's the stamp I used right now. Now I'm going to lightly color that image. It's not going to be like a proper coloring, but I really want to add a little bit of color. I think I will use that middle color. So I'm using alcohol markers, and these are tri-blend alcohol markers by Spectrum Noir. I'm just coloring the leaves a little bit, and you can write something here on that sheet of paper which is in that typewriter, but I'm just showing you the technique so you can transform your stamped images into vellum. It's really easy, very easy technique, and I hope you will like it. And if you're going to use it in your crafting, I would love to see your project with that. I think that wasn't a leaf, but never mind. So now I just need a little bit of color on my flowers, and you have to remember that if you add a bit darker color, it will become translucent once we will apply. And because I'm going to use clear embossing powder to create this faux vellum effect, trying to focus coloring those petals as fast as I can. I think that's done. I'm going to leave those berries because sometimes they are red, sometimes they are white, and I'm going to add a little bit of color here on that typewriter, just a little bit. Not worrying about how I do it, it's just to add a bit of color. And you can probably hear that I'm running low on that color because it's really squeaky. I'm going to add some color here as well. So very quickly adding color. Now, once you've got your image ready, you need another ink, which is this Versamark ink. And now what we're going to do, we're going to grab this ink and we're going to smear it across that stamped image. You have to make sure that it's all nicely covered. It can be covered outside of those edges as well. Just checking if it's all covered, and maybe I will go this way as well just to make sure. And now we need clear embossing powder, which is still sitting somewhere, and I need to grab it. So I'm using Wow clear embossing powder. I need another sheet of paper, and you need to cover it completely. So once you see that the image is completely covered, I'm going to tip that powder back into my pot, and I'm going to bring heat tool, and I'm going to do it actually on camera because it's going to turn very quickly, so you will be able to see how it's changing from normal paper. Again, this is just a simple printed paper, so very thin, and you will see how the image is turning into vellum. So as you can see, it looks a little bit like vellum, but to have the proper effect, you need to add the embossing ink on the reverse of your image. So I'm repeating the same on the back as well. And we're going to add that clear embossing powder on the back as well. If you want, you can do it with other like a thin sheets of paper, like here I've got a thin sheet of paper, and you can do that with this, but I think it works much better with stamped images. So let me bring that back, and this time I'm going to put the powder on, and I'm going to do the heat embossing again. I think I will do it just on camera. Why not? I hope it's not going to take such a long time. So you will see that effect on camera, and hopefully you will like it, because I think it's so nice to create so many different things with that technique, and it looks really pretty on the card. So let me just tidy up a bit and then put it again. So now you can see even the front or the back looks pretty much the same. Yes, I think you can see better on the front the coloring and stuff. So you can see the coloring went to the back as well. And let me roughly cut it out so you will see it as well. That beautiful vellum stamped image. I'm just roughly cutting it out, going to it and do it better off camera later on when I will be using that. And now you can see, you see this one I've done actually a little bit differently, because I did color that vellum after I did the faux vellum effect, which you can do it with alcohol marker. So I hope you see that it's really nice and looks properly like vellum. So this is a technique number 1 with vellum. Then let me actually take that powder off. I've got this wet cloth because there is a powder a little bit everywhere. it's okay, that's done. So this is technique number 1. The second technique is when you use, for example, I've got 2 samples. This one is from this is a wrapping paper, Christmas wrapping paper or autumn wrapping paper, which I treated with just simply baby oil. This is Boots' own brand, simple baby oil, which smells really nice because I just did it before actually going recording this video, and you can see that it gives that a vellum looking effect. This one is just a printed pattern paper. Again, thinner paper is better. I haven't tried on thicker paper. I tried on this paper, which is kind of like a glossy paper, and let me show you. The effect isn't there, and it's still kind of very oily, but let me show you on those two. Let me move that card. So let me bring this one so you will still see it. So I've got the same paper here, and you can actually compare it how it looks like before and after adding baby oil. The same with this one. This is my wrapping paper. As you can see, it's really thin and it gives this really nice effect of vellum. Let me actually do a test of how oily it still is. I'm going for, yes, it is still oily, but what you do, you leave it for a while, and what I did, I just rubbed off that excess of oil with my kitchen towel, and you do it until you feel that it's fine. If you don't like this oily texture, you can put it under between 2 layers of kitchen towel, press it with something heavier, and I think it should work. I think it's something nice to have in your stash, maybe if you do journaling or paper crafting. I think it's nice to add some vellum to your project. So let me show you how I did it. It's so simple. You just play with baby oil. You just need to open it, pour it on top of your work. Of course, it will go all everywhere on your mat, and you can see that it starts to work straight away. You can see the paper is changing from this normal paper to this vellum like, and you can see on the reverse. Again, it has to be single-sided paper, because if you're going to do double-sided, those two images on both sides, they will kind of merge together. I think I haven't tried it myself, but it would be nice, and I think I will try it one day to see how it's going to transfer from one side to another. So this is another very simple way of creating faux vellum. It should work with actually I'm going to try, because I've got another stamped image but on a thicker card. So let's see if it's going to work. See, it's slapping on and creating that vellum. I'm going to take that smaller piece, put it over it, use the same oil from my mat and from that piece of paper. You see, it doesn't take such a long time. I think it's only when you want to dry that paper it takes a bit longer, but it's doable. So let me I still got some oil on my mat, so I'm going to bring that. I started to color that image, but I'm going to use it as a test. I'm going to maybe cut that off and then pour some oil over this, and let's see how if it's going to work, because this one is 300 GSM. The ink, this is again the same VersaFine Clear in black ink. Look at that, it's changing into something different, and you see it might actually work a little bit. You can see that stamped image coming through the back of that, and it's changing the paper, and I don't think it's going to be a little bit, but not too much. You're not going to have that translucency if it's actually water. but it looks different and you might like this effect as well. So now I need to clear that. I'm going to rub it on my arms actually. So you see, it's like yeah, it's good for your hands to use baby oil if you like it. Obviously I made a lot of mess, but it smells really nice now. So now you need that kitchen towel to remove excess. I even like this one. It's not properly like vellum, but it looks nice. So that's the on paper, thicker paper. This one is with a clear embossing powder and on a printed paper. So I think if I use the same on just a printed paper, it would give me the same effect. I think I'm going to go for it and try that as well. Let me just clean this one. So again, use your kitchen towel and just rub the excess off. I'm going to leave it on the sun because the sun is coming into my craft corner in a few minutes, so I have to hurry up because I don't want to have that on my video. So I'm going to, as you can see, it's very much similar. So I'm going to leave it on my window and it will dry, and then I will again rub off that excess a little bit more, and I will have two, or actually few pieces of nice looking vellum. So what I'm going to do, I still got that stamp on my mat. I'm going to use the ink and that baby oil on that printed paper with the same stamp. Let me see if I've got any sheet. Oh yeah, this is just a small sheet. Okay, so I'm bringing back my stamping platform, and I'm going to use the same stamp with VersaFine Clear and baby oil. Let's see. So that's the printed paper. So the thin paper with VersaFine Clear. Going to stamp it, and maybe I'm going to color it as well to show you the same kind of technique, but with two different mediums, so you can see. So again, I'm going to color it with my alcohol markers, and then you will be able to see that effect. I don't know how alcohol markers will react with baby oil. I haven't tried it yet, but for the purpose of showing you different ways, and then you can decide which way is more suitable for you. Maybe you don't have baby oil in your stash, but you've got that clear embossing powder and VersaFine ink. So quickly coloring that image. Let me use the middle one, just so you can see all the different ways. And let me know if you know those techniques. Maybe you do, or maybe you try them after reading that step-by-step tutorial in a creative stamping magazine, which I did. I think that was already 2 months ago. I'm not sure if that magazine is still available, because when I was buying that magazine myself, that magazine was low in stock. But there are other magazines which are really nice, and I think I had a look yesterday, and they've got some offers, 2 for 1 on magazines, which is fantastic, on Craft Stash. So if you want, you can check out other magazines. Anyway, I'm going to link this magazine below the video so you can have a look. because those stamps are really pretty, and I think texture stamps and texture dies are really beautiful to create something different. So now I've got on the side a little bit of that oil, baby oil, so I'm going to dab it. I hope you can see it. I'm actually using my hand to spread it around. I need a little bit more on this side. And you see, it looks like vellum. It's not as sturdy as this one with clear embossing powder. But if you want to, if you know that, for example, it's going to be like a layer without any dimension and anything like that, you can use that image as well. So let me clear the excess off. And you definitely can see which side is the correct side, which one is not. Maybe because there is not much baby oil on this side, or I don't know. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it around that, maybe just one more wipe, and then I can compare both images. I can already tell you that this one is as simple copy paper, very thin, flimsy, and I don't know if you will like this because of the clear embossing powder. That one is more sturdier and it feels better in my hands. So now we can compare both of them. So this one is with the clear embossing powder. It's like plastic. Here's this plasticky feel. This one is nice, looks like a vellum, but it's quite thin. So it's up to you which technique you're going to use, either clear embossing powder or baby oil. So these are with the clear embossing powder. This one is on a 300 GSM. You can see that it didn't do much on this. And these are the printed paper and wrapping paper with that baby oil. So that's the baby oil effect, and this one is clear embossing powder. So hope you enjoy this technique of creating faux vellum with two different products, baby oil and clear embossing powder. Let me know which technique you prefer. Are you going to give it a try? Let me know which ways you could try again, maybe on different products or maybe different the main thing you need to remember with baby oil and even clear embossing powder, that it has to be single-sided. That's the key. Or you can give it a go and try with double-sided papers. So that would be nice to see as well. So let me know what do you think about this video and about those techniques. Go back, I think the video before this one is the one for the step-by-step where I show you how to create this card. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you're going to have a wonderful afternoon. And yes, I'm looking forward to read your comments. And if you are new to my channel, I keep forgetting about that, please consider subscribing if you like what you see. And I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye for now.